home a little bit late. Not too late, a few minutes, but yeah, I'm excited to be here with you guys again. Welcome back to Monday Magic. I'm your host and your reader, Easy. So yeah, I'm excited to see what comes out this week. I'm excited to see what's in store for the collective. Um, I don't know. I feel like the energy has been very, 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 very big lately. And yeah, I'm seeing the shifts in my own life and the lives of those around me, in the world, and just all over. So yeah, I'm curious to see what comes out in the cards today, especially fresh off this new moon that was in Cancer. And yeah, I just feel like a lot of big things are in store for us. And yeah, those doors are opening now. So I'm excited to see what the cards have in store for us. Before we get started, I won't do a full meditation, but I definitely want us to sit here and, take a few deep breaths. So come on, if you can, close your eyes and be still for a little bit before we take the breaths. Just kind of chill here for a second. Kind of pay attention, do a little quick body scan and see how the different parts of your body are right now. If there's any tension anywhere, or if you're holding on to anything, or there's just send energy to it and kind of relax and let go and surrender into this moment. All right. You gotta inhale, exhale. Remember, exhale's longer than your inhales. One more. Put a little movement in your body. Okay. Pardon me if I'm a little sweaty, because even in the shade, I feel like the sun is doing a number. But welcome to summer. Ooh, okay. You got the world on the bottom. It's about to be a good one. Yeah, we got some big things here for us today, this week, and for the rest of the year. Ooh. That breeze I'll let that be confirmation. Been out here, but that was the first breeze like that. So, yeah, happy Monday once again. I'm excited. I'm excited for you all. I'm excited for this week. I'm just feeling good. So happy Monday. How are you guys doing with Mondays? Has it become your favorite day of the week yet? 'Cause that's my mission. To believe, all a year from now, a few months from now, whatever from now, that I look around and Monday's everybody's favorite day of the week. It's like Mondays are dope, especially if you allow them to be and you don't approach them with the Mondays. Hell yeah. Okay. It's looking like Spirit wants me to lead this one. So without further ado, first card out, Seven of Swords. Yeah, it's time to go. I know I've been saying the last few readings, it's time. Oh, there's an opportunity here. It's time. The next chapter is here. But this is telling me it's time to go. Not only is the next chapter here, but it's there's nothing to wait for. I'm not telling you that there's something incoming to just keep an eye out for or nothing, but it's time to move. Take what you can, take what you need, and go. And don't be stuck here longer trying to take more than you can, or more than that's ready to go. Whether that be people, things, even your environment. If you've been being called to move or you feel like it's time to move, but you've been kind of putting it off for like the right time, that might be an example of like, no, it's time to go. Like this, the place you're in, can't go with you into that next season. So while you're waiting for like the circumstances to be right and you to be in that next season for you to leave, it's like, no, you need to leave because this place can't go with you. So whatever it is you're being called to do and it's time, or whatever you've been waiting on as far as what's next, it's time to make that move and take what you can, take what's ready, and leave the rest. Anything you've been trying to, get to grow with you, get to a point to be ready to move with you. If it's not there already, it's time to cut your losses. Whether it be that relationship, like I said, people, places, things, whatever it is, you gotta let it go. It's time. So take what's ready and make those moves because it's your time. So don't get held up trying to wait on things that aren't even meant to go with you. So yeah, this week definitely get to moving. Today's the last day of June, so we're officially in like the second half of the year, and yeah, this is where things get interesting. I feel like the first half of the year was definitely setting the tone, and the last efforts as far as like pouring into the things around you, and getting a final look on what's going with you, what's leaving, what you're releasing, and all that. But the second half, I've been feeling like it's gonna be huge, like big shifts. And it's like the first half, the work you did in the first half, and even the past few years, like it's time to collect on all that. So don't be surprised if July comes in with a bang, because I feel like all roads led here, and it's time for sure. So like I said, take what's ready and go. Don't get caught up trying to be a superhero and take everything and everybody with you. They'll get there eventually. That's another thing. Don't feel like just because you had to leave things behind now that they'll never be able to catch up with you, or that it's all final. Because we all have free will, we all have choice, and we all have the opportunity to grow and elevate in our own time. So hey, who's to say that down the line it won't be your time again to reunite with the things you left behind? So Queen of Pentacles. Have confidence in everything you've been doing. Have confidence in the fact that the things that are here for you are here for you. Don't let anybody make you doubt that, and nobody can make you do anything. So don't allow anybody's limited vision to cause you to start to question yourself, or start to doubt yourself, or start to feel like maybe I am tripping, or maybe I am delusional, because you're not. You know what you know, and have confidence in that, and understand that your confidence in that knowing is what's going to make your creation successful. It's what's going to make your business successful. It's what's going to make your relationships work. That confidence in yourself and that internal knowing, and that's going to bring you everything you've been working for, everything it's all been about, whether it be the money, the stability, the family, the home, the car. Like, it brings you all that, but first you have to be confident and have faith and be able to let go. Like, there's a certain amount of detachment that she has. You see, she's sitting there with her pinnacle. She's not on edge. She's not looking around. She's not planning, plotting, or doing anything. She's just sitting there. She knows that her abundance is hers, whether she sits here or goes and does anything. Like, you see her gardens there. She's supported and surrounded by, for me, trees typically signify like spirit guides, ancestors, the spirit, your team and spirit that you don't necessarily see physically, but is always surrounding you. So she knows she's supported. She knows that she's not alone. She has her little bunny companion, which shows like how fertile she is, not necessarily like physically or like pregnancy or anything, but just her creations. Like, she can create unlimitedly. Like, if she can see it or believe it, she can make it happen. And that leads to her abundance. And she understands that her sitting confidently in it allows all this to grow and allows her to do the very things to bring more of this stuff. It's a beautiful cycle once you fall into alignment and you know who you are and know what's being asked of you, and you stand on that, and you don't settle for anything less, or you don't allow the doubt to creep in. You know what you're here for. When you know yourself, nobody can shake that. And when nobody can shake that, you have no choice but to be abundant. You have no choice but to be supported by the universe, by the divine, by yourself, by your higher self, and everything. Because that's what it's all about, that alignment, knowing who you are and what you're here for. So if you know what you know, don't allow anybody who doesn't have the big picture vision to make you doubt that. Understand that you knowing it is enough. That's all you need. Even if no one else ever sees it, the fact that you see it and that you're walking with divine, you're walking with God, you're walking with your spirit team, that'll bring everything you need. Yeah, somebody's getting ready for the game. I'm getting like pre-NBA game vibe, pre-basketball vibes, where the music's playing, they're doing layups, they're getting shots up, and everybody's getting turned, they're doing their different things. Some people have pre-game rituals, some people are just getting shots up, some people are talking to fans, some people are doing dances and laughing, and some people are on the bench, some people are, everybody's doing their own different things, but they're all getting ready for the game. And yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting right now. Like, don't feel like something's wrong if your life right now doesn't look like the next person's life, or if someone appears to have more emotion and more shit going on than you, and shit in your life might be a little quiet. Don't get lost in that. Everybody's pregame routine is different. Everybody's calling is different. Everybody's role is different. So understand that if you feel aligned in your own life, if you're getting your own feedback from the world around you, and you feel like you're where you're supposed to be, let that be enough. Don't start to look around and be like, well, I thought I was ready, but look, they look more ready than me, or, oh wow, they got more going on. Like, don't fall for that, because we're all different, and it's supposed to look different for everybody. The more you try to fit into a box, or try to feel like the answer is to look outside and to figure out how you're supposed to be by looking outside, the further you're gonna be, because you're the only you. So the more you try to be you by looking outside, the further you're gonna get, because none of them are you. So the only place to get closer to yourself and to become a higher version of yourself and a better version of yourself is inside. Like, yes, you can look outside and get little tips and tools, but that's all those things are. You can only go as far as you met yourself. So if you've only met yourself to this degree, you're not gonna be able to jump to that degree by following other people's plans that worked for them. So yeah, if anybody who knows what they're talking about is gonna tell you that as well. They're not gonna let you fall into just following them or feeling like they have all the answers. They're gonna let you know, like, yes, I can give you advice. Yes, I can tell you what worked for me, but what's gonna work for you and what's gonna get you where you need to go, only you know. No one can really tell you that, because no one knows your walk. Nobody knows what God put you here to do, what the universe put you here to do, what you chose to be here to do. Like, no one knows that, and they don't have access to that. So yeah, no one can help you meet yourself more further than you can. So definitely trust your own judgment. Yeah, and look to yourself for that guidance a lot, because you got it. I promise you, you do. If you get quiet enough, sit with yourself enough, journal, and get to know yourself and get to know how you communicate to yourself. Once you get that down, like, exponential elevation from there, because you can just tap in with yourself and grow and get your lessons and and put them right and apply them. So don't underestimate how far you can take yourself, because you can take yourself the whole way. You are the divine is within you. So you is all you really need. Oh wow. Queen of Pentacles again. You can't make this up. I don't know. I'm being drawn to that stability again. Like, I feel like they really want me to drive home the point of trusting yourself and being stable within your own knowing. Like, even with this reading, like, there's nothing I can tell you that is gonna be bigger than anything you could come up with on your own. Like, even the fact that I'm here telling you this right now just goes to show that you're ready to hear it, and that part of you already knows it. Like, I'm not here creating anything or telling you anything like beyond your own scope. Like you might not be conscious of your awareness of it, but anything that anybody could tell you, anything that you've come across that feels coincidental or whatever, is just what you're ready to hear and what you already know inside. It's just being reflected outward and someone's bringing it to you, but it may as well be your own voice telling you, you know, so the things that really apply to you should kind of, like, sometimes I feel like, wow, but you should also feel like, part of me already knew that, or part of me already felt that way, or like, you know. So understand that you are stable within yourself. Like you don't have to rely on tarot readings. You don't have to rely on guidance from outer places. When you're able to tap in with yourself, that's enough. Like, please trust that and understand that you can sit on that. Like, you can sit on your throne and be comfortable knowing that you're not missing anything. Like, don't feel like because you're not running around getting a bunch of opinions, you're not running around with a mentor or $1 billion teacher or somebody, that you're not making progress or that you can't get where you need to go, because you have everything you need within you and with your support. So I feel like that's just what wants to be driven home right now. I feel like somebody really needed to hear that. Like, we just went over it, but I feel like, yeah, it needed to be like, again, like the card come out again. You saw me how long I was shuffling. I was just talking, and I finally pulled the card, and it's the same exact card. So it's like, yeah, somebody needs to understand, like, this is not a coincidence. Like, you are stable enough within yourself to do everything you need to do. And the rest, everything else that shows up is simply just support. Like, none of that is the big power, big battery in your back. Like, you are enough for you. Everything else that shows up for you to help you along the way is just support. Like, you're the big catalyst for it all. We're just role players, you know. We're just here to help you along your way and give you a little boost and help little things click in your mind so you can continue to take steps. But it's you. It's all powered by you. You are at the center of this story, and you will continue to be at the center of the story. So you need to get used to and be comfortable with trusting yourself, you know. Because no matter how much of the story changes, how many of the characters change, you know, in this life, at the end of the day, as long as you're here, you're going to be in the center. You're going to be the common denominator. So you need to get comfortable with trusting yourself. You need to get comfortable with leading yourself and trusting your decision making. Understand that whatever decision you make will only lead you to more of yourself, more of your journey, more of your path. And the quicker you can get comfortable with that, the more life you'll have to live from that power and from that knowing. Because eventually you'll have to get there, because as things continue to change and it's just the common denominator is you. You know, if you sit there and you find a mentor and you give them all this power and then boom, they leave from your life, now you're going to feel like, damn, they're gone, now I can't do anything. No, like, you have to be able to continue going on. So it's in your best interest to trust yourself. It's in your best interest to grow the muscles necessary for you, you know, to understand that you got this, and that no matter what can surface in this life, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years from now, like, you'll be okay regardless, because you know how to get in touch with yourself. You know how to access your guidance. You know how to trust yourself. You know how to make decisions, and you understand that there are no bad choices. There are no wrong choices. There's only the choice you make and what comes of it, you know. But all roads lead to where you're going. So the quicker you can understand that and find solace in that, and understand that that's your throne, like, that's your power, the quicker you can get, your abundance can come in and get to you, and the quicker you can, you know, get on to the rest of your life and the beautiful parts and get to creating, you know, not just surviving. But that takes trusting yourself. That takes understanding that no matter what happens, you're supported and that it'll be okay. So I feel like we drove that home. So I think Spirit will let us move on. And it's crazy because this Five of Pentacles was on the bottom after the first card. Dang, I don't even remember what the first card was at this point. But yeah, I didn't feel the need to kind of be like, oh, and we got Five of Pentacles at the bottom. So now that this card came out for a second time, and then I look at the bottom, it's there again, it feels significant. Somebody here, or everybody here, or whatever it may be, it's been a trying time, you know, like, you've been in the dark, you've been navigating the cold, you've been trying to get from point A to point B, but find your bearing, find your ground as you continue to play this life game and get to where you're trying to go. But it hasn't been easy, and you've been supported more than you've even known. Like at times you haven't been able to see, you haven't been able to necessarily trust that you're protected and that you're supported. It's been hard. Look, his leg, he's got a cane, his eyes are covered, he can't see anything. He's completely relying on, he thinks he's completely just relying on her, but he doesn't understand. Like, look, the church in the background with the lights on, the snow under his feet, the ground, all of that. He's being supported by it all. And yes, it's been hard, but he's never been alone through any of it. And it's molding you into who you want to be, who you've been asking to be. You have to understand that if you're asking for a life that requires strength, if you're asking for a life where you're taking on systems and you're trying to defeat oppression and the powers that be and just all that, and you're trying to create a better world for everybody, understand that takes a amount of strength that hasn't been seen before. Like, understand that these systems have been in place for a long time. So if your goal is to save the world, you're gonna have to have a strength that has never been seen before in this world, because the world had no one to save the world. So of course your journey is going to be harder. Of course your lessons are going to be harder. Of course you're going to feel like, I'm getting beat up in a way that no one else is getting beat up. It's like, okay, yeah, but their mission isn't that. Their mission is probably just have a little job, have their little family, and call it a day, the regular things. But it's like, so their life doesn't have to be that hard. But if you're trying to take down powers that be, if you're trying to, reach the whole world and teach the truth of oneness, which I feel like a lot of you guys are, then yes, your journey's gonna be hard as hell. Your journey's gonna be super hard. You're gonna have a journey that requires you to have faith, and if you don't have faith, it's gonna grow the faith. You're gonna have a journey that makes you feel alone. You're gonna have a journey that you feel like, wow, nobody really has my back, or like I don't have anybody to rely on. Because your journey's so big, you need to be able to rely on spirit, on God, on the universe. You need to be able to rely on yourself. You need to be able to trust that you're all you need. So you're not gonna have a life where everybody's supporting you so much, and everybody's jumping, and you feel like, wow, like I have so much support here. Because where you're going, the things you need to do, everybody's not going to be able to do it. Everybody's not going to be able to see it. Everybody's not going to be able to, or else it would have been done by now. You wouldn't even have to be able to want to do it. So the fact that you're doing your mission is so big that it's not even calling to a lot. It's calling a few, maybe even just you. You're going to be alone. Your journey's going to teach you to have faith and to understand that you are all you need. Like, your journey's going to be that. So when the time comes, you're not overwhelmed or you're not ill prepared. Your journey is preparing you for exactly what you're asking for. So understand, when it's game time, when the mission comes and it's time to go out, that you're gonna understand that, wow, okay, everything I've gone through, everything I learned prepared me to be able to do this. And that's exactly what you asked for. So if you're asking for support in a big mission, you're asking for love, like, understand that you have to become all those things, and then that's just how that works. So don't get lost in your lessons. Don't get lost in the magic of you getting everything you wanted. Because understand that, yeah, it may be hard, it may feel like chaos, but understand that on the other side is a much stronger you, is a more youer you, and everything you ever wanted, really. So if you can learn to love the good, or love the bad just as much as the good, and understand that there is no bad, really. Like, good and bad are two sides of one spectrum, but understand they're not two different things. Like light and dark, they're not two different things. They're just two sides of one spectrum. Like, if the light's over here, if you turn it all the way down, it's darkness. But it's not. Darkness isn't its own thing. It's just a lack of light, or a lack of awareness of light. So understand that darkness itself isn't a thing. Like, light is a thing, but darkness is just the lack of awareness of light. So understand that bad is the same thing. Like, bad is not a thing. Like, it's lack of awareness of good. So understand that good is always present, and if you can keep that perspective and you can perceive it, that will be your reality. Because like I said, all this, his leg being messed up, him not being able to see, all that is in his best interest to do what he wants to do. Because the universe is only trying to support you. It's only trying to give you what you want and only try to prove you right. So understand that all this is in his best interest based on what he's asking for. But he can choose to perceive this as bad and the universe is punishing him, or, and that'll be his truth, that'll be his reality. But if he can understand, I was asking to be able to go long distances. I was asking to be able to be strong and to have faith no matter what. If you can understand, like, wow, okay, this is just a challenge. This is just a practice in that to allow me to make that my normal and it not be something I'm trying to do, but make it my reality. If you can understand that, then this situation will be good. It doesn't have to be bad because it looks bad. Understand that good and bad are not opposites. They're just two sides of one spectrum. And the only thing that the only thing that determines which side of the spectrum it is your awareness. That's all. If you can be aware that, wow, this is a good thing, even though it feels kind of crazy, it will be good. It will not force its way to be bad to you. And so understand that you can take your power back. Understand that good and bad, good is the only thing that's actually real. And if you can keep that awareness and not let it slide too far into your awareness being like, oh, this is bad, understand that it will reflect that in your life and your experience and your ability to take it forward. It only has to be as bad as you allow it to be. And that's not to be dismissive, that's not to bypass, because things happen and things are hard. But understand that there's always a perspective that pays you. There's always a perspective that moves you forward and helps you evolve. And if you can choose that, you'll limit your suffering in this world, I promise. Because true suffering is really is in the mind and our reactions to the things that happen. Because someone's got dealt the exact same hand as you did, and they may have seen it completely different. They might have seen the opportunity to grow, the opportunity to evolve and overcome. And you'll see in how they tell that story that, wow, like they never felt like a victim, wow. And that was just their reality. So understand that you always have a choice. You always have a choice. Things are not black and white per se. For the most part, everything's a spectrum. Duality is I don't want to say it's one of the biggest illusions, but yeah, it is, because the truth is oneness. Like, everything is one. There is no separation. And the fact that we see so much as this or that and this or that, when the reality of it is probably a spectrum, is very telling. And the more we can realize that and look around into most things, the more we can become in alignment. But not to get too far from this point. What are you gonna choose? You're supported. And that's all that this season is trying to teach you. This season has been trying to teach you. Remember, this is on the bottom. This is subconscious energy we might not have picked up on, logically or just consciously. So understand that this season's been trying to teach you that. Like, you're supported and you have a choice. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer through the hard times. If you understand, like, wow, okay, I asked for strength, I asked for faith, I asked for support. Understand that the universe is gonna give you that, but through not just by giving it to you, but by showing you that you always had it, because you're not separated from it. So the faith you want, and the faith you want, the support you want, the power you want, you already have. So understand that in order to let you know you already have that, it's gonna have to give you opportunities to summon it, because it's not outside of yourself. So it's like, you're like, oh, I want faith, or I want to be more confident. I want to be like, okay, so you already have that. So here's this hard ass challenge. Here's this thing that came out of left field that kind of knocked you off balance. So you can realize, like, wow, damn, I'm stronger than I thought, or wow, like, I'm definitely supported. I didn't realize how supported I am. And that's the give and take that is here. So understand that you already, like I said, there's no separation. You're already everything you want to be. You already have everything you want to have. So when you go asking for it, the universe, the divine, is only gonna show you that you already have it by way of your experiences, by way of the things that show up for you. So if you want to be stronger, if you want to have more faith, you want to be more support, you want to have more love, understand that that's going to come with lessons to show you, like, oh, I had it all along. And that's all this is. That's all it really is for real. So understand that, change your perspective. When things feel hard, think back to what you've been asking for. Um, think back to where you're going. Zoom out and be like, how does this make me more in alignment to what I'm asking for? And I guarantee you, every single time you'll come up with an answer. And at first, when you start doing this, it might feel like you're making it up or it's a reach. Like, oh, I'm being delusional, just trying to make this a good thing. But understand that that's the reality of it. And that will be the reality of it, because how you react to things and your mindset and all that really determines how things affect you. Like, the things that happen are pretty neutral on their own, and then the way you judge them, what you project onto them, that affects how it actually impacts you. Because how many times have you been afraid of something, and then that that causes you to be all fearful and your energy to be all fucked up, and now you don't want to do anything, but then the reality of it comes and what you were afraid of never happens. So it's like what you were afraid of wasn't the determining factor of how you felt. It's really your reaction to it, because that's the only thing that was real. Because in that case, your fear wasn't even real because it didn't happen. It was just an awareness of what you felt like was possible for you, and then that allowed you to spiral, that allowed you to do all this and that. But the thing that you're afraid of wasn't what caused all that, because it didn't happen. So what did happen? The thought that came after that happened. Oh my God, like, damn, but wow, so I'm gonna be down bad, or oh, I won't have enough to get this, or like those thoughts. That's what caused your vibration to go lower. That's what caused you to start to panic. That is just the way you allowed it to spiral. So understand that things are just things, and the more you can create a pause between when things happen and your reaction to them, the more you can choose a response and reaction that's more in alignment to the world you're trying to create and who you are. So yeah, and for me, I feel like that is best done through meditating and journaling, and becoming aware of your triggers and how you respond to things, being able to see them before the reaction happens, because like at this point now, I feel like things happen and there's that little moment in between where it's like, and I feel the trigger and I feel my body and I feel my nervous system activating, but then I get to choose. And I know it wasn't always like that, and I know for a lot of people it's not always like that. Things happen and boom, they're in a reaction, and they're in the middle of something, and that's not always helpful, because sometimes it's too late, especially if a reaction isn't appropriate. It's just like you were triggered and you just did something, and now you got to hold the pieces, and now you got to apologize, and now you got to do all these things, But the more you can create that pause between stimulus and reaction, that's mindfulness. And in between is where you get to choose. You get to choose how you want to create your story. So yeah, just keep choosing. Understand you always have a say. Things don't have to rock your world and be negative just because they appear to be negative. Understand that you have the power. And yeah, if you choose a perspective that serves you, see how that works for you. And it start small, even if that's not something you're used to, or that sounds kind of like far-fetched, crazy. You still feel like you're at the mercy of circumstances. Start small. A minor inconvenience like traffic. You're driving to work and somebody cuts you off. Start there. Instead of getting mad, like, what the fuck? Instead of all that, be like, wow, maybe I need to slow down. There was something I need to be more present for, or a certain awareness, or this is helping me become more aware, to be more aware of the world around me and not get lost and just assume, so, and see how that serves you. And I guarantee you it'll make you feel better. And keep trying it. Keep doing that. What's another example? Let's say you oversleep, and instead of beating yourself up, you're like, damn, I'm gonna be late for work. Instead of beating yourself up, be like, dang, I overslept. There's a bunch of perspectives that you could choose that could serve you from there. Dang, I overslept. Maybe I'm being saved from something in traffic. Like, I was gonna go out there and there was gonna be an accident or something, and the divine wanted me to steer clear of that completely, so they made sure I slept a little longer. Or dang, if I would have woke up when I did, I would have been tired all day, or which would have caused me to mess something up, or I would have been too sleepy to perform. So the universe knew how important today was, so it gave me some little extra rest. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be late, but that was less important than whatever the divine saw for me. And see how that makes you feel. You'll feel much more empowered. You'll feel much more supported, loved by the universe, by the divine, and all that if you allow it to. And that'll go way further than, dang, I overslept. Like, I'm tripping. Like, now I'm gonna get fired. Now I'm be like, that won't serve you at all. And all that might happen only because you gave it permission to be like that, and energetic permission by you co-signing, like, I'm gonna get fired, and you put that out into the universe, and then that spiraled into a whole thing, and now your whole day is bad, maybe, and it's like, why? It really could have simply just been divine protection, period, and then that's it. So yeah, take advantage of the fact that you have a choice, and see how that works for you. I guarantee you your experience will be much better and much different, and it'll leak into the bigger things. Like, yeah, those are small examples, but once you get that proof and you can see it that way, you see how it changes your world, you'll be like, these bigger things are the same way. And then in an ideal world, you get to the point where you see everything that way, and there is no suffering at that point, because you know this game of life, you know how it works. It's all for you, nothing's against you. So yeah, man, I didn't expect to go that long, but that felt very important. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you all. And yeah, I hope these messages are half as profound to you as they are to me. And yeah, if something doesn't apply to you, don't force it. It's a collective reading. Things are going to apply to everybody differently. So if something feels like, I feel like that's for me, trust it and own that. And if you're like, nah, that's definitely not for me, then it probably isn't. Don't force it. Five of Cups. It's time for somebody to move on. Like, you've been in a period of waiting. You've been in a period of healing. You've been in a period of refilling your cups. But now it's time to move forward, which is important, because it's important to know when to stop, when to go, and to not be caught in those seasons for too long, like a season of waiting versus a season of action. Like, being able to balance both will maximize your energy and maximize your happiness and all that, because you won't feel stuck if you get the dance right, and you won't feel drained and like, oh, you're running up against a wall if you get the balance right. It's like, if you can get the dance right of waiting, or not waiting, but like pause and letting go, and then action moving forward, and then wait, like red light, green light, like, oh, if you can get it right, you won't get out. Like, you'll make it all the way to the end, and you'll make it to the end, without being dead tired or feeling like, you'll get to the end and you won and you have energy to play again. So definitely understand that it's time to get up. Like, and you see the castle in the distance. That's the real goal. He got here, he understood, like, okay, like, before I go there, let me, check where I'm at, give myself a little break, sit here, drink some water by the river, fill up some of these cups that were empty a little bit. See, he has 2 cups right there behind him. He got 3 spilled. But he has enough of what he needs to move on towards the castle and to keep going and take on everything he needs. So understand that you have everything you need. Don't get caught up in the waiting game or feeling like you have to wait forever, or you're not ready yet, or I need to charge some more, I need to read some more, I need to learn some more, I need to do some more research. Understand that you have everything you need. And that's not to say that there's no more growing to do, but you've grown enough to move on from this point. And the rest of your growth will occur in the process of going to the castle, getting to the castle, taking on whatever's at the castle, and beyond. You'll always keep growing. But understand that where you are right now, you're good enough to move forward. So do that. 9 of Swords on the bottom. Understand that anything that makes you feel like you're not ready is in your head. Like, you've been getting signs that it's time. You've probably been getting physical signs of other people telling you it's time. It's time. Like, get out of your head. Understand that if you allow yourself to try to think your way to decide when you're ready, you'll never move. Because your mind has no idea. It hasn't been where you're trying to go. So understand that when your heart says you're ready, when the universe around you is telling you you're ready, understand and show up. Show up. What's the worst that can happen? If you find out you're not ready that way, then cool. But even then, I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I know that's not what's gonna happen because you're all ready. You're gonna show up and you're gonna be surprised, like, wow, that was better than I thought. That was better than I could have ever imagined. It's like, yeah, get out of your head. Understand that once your heart speaks, once your intuition speaks, that's it. Do not listen to the responses from your mind, because your mind only, your mind knows where you've been. Your mind knows you're normal, but your heart is connected. Your heart knows everything. Your heart's connected to the source, to the grid, to everything. So understand that your heart and your intuition is telling you, is giving you, is a great compass. It's worth trusting too. And try it, with everything. Just try it a little bit. It don't have to be on the biggest things, but if your intuition tells you to, go left instead of right while you're walking, if your intuition tells you, eat this right now, trust those things and see where those go. And that you get enough proof to trust it with bigger things. And understand that that's all it is. Once you allow yourself to get the proof back from your intuition, the proof back from the universe, the proof of how divinely supported you are, how divinely orchestrated your path is, you'll be able to trust it. But if you never trust it ever at all, you'll never have that proof, and you'll never be in a position to trust it. So when you get opportunities, small or big, see what happens, see where it leads you. And when it does lead you to things that you love, to things that are more you and all that, it'll make it easier the next time, and the next time after that, and the next time after that. And the next thing you look up and you're like, wow, all I do is follow my intuition. Wow, I don't really think too hard about anything. I just kind of move and trust myself, and because you can trust it, but you won't get there without doing it ever. So if you're still waiting for a right time, you're still waiting for whatever you're waiting for, there's nothing to wait for. Allow yourself to show yourself that you know what you're doing. And I feel like that was the biggest game changer in my own life. Like when I started listening to my intuition, and there was a stretch where it was like, you know what, I'm not gonna sit here and overthink everything. Like, I'm gonna just move. And I feel like this has been the most successful I've ever been. I've been seeing the most progress I've ever seen in everything. Like, it's been night and day difference. And I realized that my heart is a good compass. My gut's a great compass. Like, it doesn't lead me anywhere but to more of myself. And that's not to say that hard things don't happen. I've gone through a lot of hard things, probably the hardest things ever. And I feel like those only affirm to me, like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Like, even like the guy in the picture, I messed up my leg and I couldn't walk, and it would take 10, 15 minutes to go up the steps and down the stairs, and and I feel like that was probably one of the hardest things physically, just dealing with that, because I'm running around, I walk around without thinking about it. But now it's like, now my leg's messed up and it takes hella effort to do the things I don't even think about, like, at all. And it takes so much intention to do anything, and things are just hard, and I need help and all these things. But I understood, I don't know, early on when it happened, I was like, I was like, this is for my best good. Like, on the other side of this, I'm gonna be stronger. This is teach me to slow down, and also expanding my gratitude for the basic things. Like I said, it took so much effort to do things I never even thought about. So it's like my relationship to those things was completely different. Like, now it's like, at the end of me taking 10 minutes to get up the steps, I'm grateful. Like, I'm here, I made it, and I've never felt grateful to make it up the steps or down the steps. So that expanded, that made my heart grow. That made my awareness of the support I have grow. It made my awareness of my body grow. It made my love for myself, and it just made me, it expanded me for sure. It expanded me 1,000%. But it's like, and that's just a short version of that. Like, I could go do a whole stream live about that story. And my takeaways from it, from going into it and after it and everything to this day. But understand that there was a perspective I could have chose that wouldn't have served me as much. I could have easily been like, wow, things always happen to me, or like, wow, why I didn't do anything to deserve this, or like, wow, this sucks so bad. Like, every time I feel like I'm getting somewhere, like some shit happens and now, well, fuck, like, it's like, what would that have done? Nothing. That would have just set the foundation for more dumb shit to happen, for more shit that doesn't need to happen, to wake me up to my power, it's like it just doesn't serve you. It doesn't make you feel good. Like, so even if you don't believe, like, if you feel like, oh, believing, having a perspective that everything is for you is delusional, okay, all right, cool. Like, you believe that, but how is believing that everything happens against you worked for you? It hasn't made your life any better. Like, so it's like, why not try it, see what happens? And I guarantee you it will be better. Like, there's always a perspective that serves you. So understand we have a choice to how we react to things. We have a choice to suffer, to not suffer. Like, things happen, hard things happen, but suffering is certainly a choice. In my opinion, in my experience, in my knowing, and just in how I've seen it play out in the world around me, how I've seen it play out in my own life, and the contrast from when I used to view things one way versus when I view things now, I feel like the proof is in the process, and you don't have to take my word for it. Like I said, practice in your own life with small things, and then if you don't feel comfortable with the big things, and see how that works. When you see the proof of it, and you see how your experience changes, and you realize your awareness really dictates a lot of this, your awareness and what you've accepted as your truth and your reality, you'll understand it too. And it won't even be because I told it to you, it's because you had it for yourself. And that's all I want. I don't want anybody to just take what I say as law, as word. I've just spent a good amount of time at this point living life very consciously, trying a bit of this and that, and seeing how the world reacts to me, making a choice from this source versus that source, or this perspective versus that perspective, and seeing how the world reacts to me and what I get back and the feedback. Like, I've spent a lot of time living like that. So understand that when I say things, you know, they may sound a little black and white, like, oh, this is how things work. That's just me speaking from my own experience of trying things. Like, not even like because I've only experienced life like this, so I'm telling you that's how I know, because I was somebody who didn't always feel supported. I was somebody who didn't always feel divinely protected. I was someone who felt like I was at the mercy of circumstances at a certain point, who felt like things would just happen, and it was just like, oh, I don't know, like life is random, who didn't always understand that I'm an individual with a purpose, or that I'm someone who didn't always know where I started and stopped, and where being a human started and stopped. I didn't understand how different we all are, and how different we all operate. So understand that when these conclusions that I've come to, the things that I share with you, and all that is a result of me living a lot of different ways and trying different things, and these are the conclusions I've come to. After years of trying different things, years of different perspectives, years of, not being empowered, years of, believing this, believing that. And I've reached this point, and yeah, I feel like this is the most fruitful things have been. This is the most supportive I've ever felt, most everything I've ever felt, and most in alignment I've ever felt. So now I'm sharing these things with you all. But understand that you can reach those points too, and you can try and do trial and error the same way. You can have that own contrast in your experience and prove to yourself, what's what, if you want to. And you should. And I feel like that's the only true way to believe it, is to experience it for yourself anyway. Like, I can tell it to you all day and you can know it and believe it, but until you've experienced it yourself and you get the same experiences and get that same proof for yourself, that's what's really gonna level you up. So yeah, I don't want you to just listen to me. I don't. I want you to be like, I believe that he believes what he's saying. I believe that his experiences have taught him that. Let me see what it looks like for me in my own world. And that's all. That's all I want from these exchanges, is for you to, just get enough from me to go back into your own experience and maybe apply something or try something and see how it works for you. And then come to your own conclusions. Because like I said, we're all different. And your reality may just work differently than mine. But I do believe that we do have a choice. And my own experiences have told me that we are empowered and that our reality works how we believe it works. And truly believe it works. Not like you just decide right now, like, I believe this now. And then your world changes. Like, no. But more so, what you truly believe and know based on repetition, based on your subconscious and what you reprogramming yourself versus the programming conditioning that's been put on you. And I understand at this point that stuff is what determines your outcome in your life, and that your perspectives and your awareness and your knowings and what you tell yourself and all that results in your life. So Yeah, do your own research, do your own experiments, play the life game. Like I said, it really is a life game. And yeah, you owe it to yourself to try different things to see what works and what doesn't work. You don't have to live one way forever. You don't have to live based off, what you were taught when you were a kid or whatever your religion says or which really is determined based on where you're born. Like if you were born over there, you believe you were taught something different. If you were born over here, you were taught this. And everybody has proof. If you notice, everybody has proof of what they believe is the truth. And that just goes to show, like I said, that I really believe everybody's reality works different. And whatever you believe is what you'll get back. The universe will give you the feedback. We're all right. The universe wants us all to be right all the time. And it wants to support us in what we choose to believe and what we go after. So understand that if everything you're going after is just a product of somebody else's conditioning, everything else you believe is just a product of conditioning or what somebody else told you, that you're going to be getting results based on somebody else, on what somebody else's life, somebody else believes. So understand that everything you believe and choose to know should empower you, should serve you, should make you feel more you. And if it doesn't, it wouldn't serve you to believe it. Do some research, expand your knowledge, expand your awareness of things, and chances are you'll find something that resonates more with you, that you find yourself believing more because it's for you to believe, because it's in alignment to you and what you're here to do and what you're here to create. So yeah, take scope of you and what you believe and the life you've lived up to this point, and take note of the things that don't serve you that you believe, the things that don't make you feel empowered that you believe. And understand that you can swap it out. You can definitely swap it out and choose something else and see how that works for you. And keep doing that until you look up in all of your life and all point aspect of who you are is in alignment to what you believe in, is in alignment to where you're going. It makes you feel empowered all the way around, and that's where you should be at. So. Death card. I feel like, this is the end of who you've been. I feel like this reading, you being here in this reading, receiving these messages, which may have been a lot of stuff you've never thought about, not stuff you've never considered or didn't, or maybe it's stuff you've known for a long time, and hearing me say it triggered you to remember, whatever it is. But the version of you that you were before you were here today, before you were in this season, before you watched this video, before whatever, showed up for you and kind of shook your world a little bit, is gone. You can't go backwards now. You know too much, you've seen too much, and you made a choice. Because this wasn't a coincidence. Just didn't just find you. Understand that you made a choice, whether it's subconsciously, consciously. You made a choice to evolve. You made a choice for truth. You made a choice to, end the living in the darkness, to have the light shed on you, to receive enlightenment in order to evolve and reach the next level. So understand that who you were even 5 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, 53 minutes ago is gone. You're not them anymore. So understand that you owe it to yourself and the world around you and everybody else to show up authentically as this new version of you. The things that are not in alignment with that, let them go. The things that pull you out of the new version of you back into old versions of you, let it go. Especially if you don't want to be those old versions of you. It doesn't serve you. You know too much now. So you owe it to yourself to evolve and level up, because there's more for you to explore. There's more for you to experience. So it's like, don't get caught up or don't miss out on what's here for you by trying to stay comfortable in a version of you that's not here anymore, because it's gonna fall away eventually. And before it gets torn away and it ends real badly and loudly, you have an opportunity to just go, to just move forward. Death doesn't have to be a terrible thing. Look, the sun is rising. Look, the little girl, she knows that this isn't necessarily a terrible thing. She sees it for what it is, because she doesn't have all that, conditioning on her and all that he say, she say, and stuff pushed on her as far as her view. She sees very clearly, and she knows that this is the end. Like, yes, the unknown is scary, super scary, because you don't know, but she understands that she's divinely protected, that the universe is supporting her. She's the universe's baby.
that she's gonna be okay no matter what. So she understands that yes, this may be ending, but that's exciting because that means something new is starting. There's something better. It's always better. It's gonna be better. Understand that things are not ending for shit to be worse. This new version of you, you're not worse than you were before. So why would your experience be worse? You're gonna keep going up. You're gonna keep leveling up, keep going higher and higher and higher. And this is not the last death you'll experience. If you're living life the right way, you're gonna die and be reborn all the time. All the time. So get used to it. Get used to what that looks like. Get used to what that feels like in your outer experience, with how the rest of your world reacts to you going through these deaths and rebirths. And get used to what that looks like so you can recognize it early and you can jump in, you know? Because life doesn't have to be all loud and shake you up and to get your attention. Because more all the time it whispers before it starts to yell at you. It's only when we hold on too hard, we don't want to let go, we get all fearful, that's like, all right, this has to go, so get out the way, you know? And then that's when you feel like, whoa, like life really threw me for a loop, you know? Or like, what's going on? But it's like, when they were like, oh, yeah, leave him. Yeah, he's not good for you. Oh, yeah, you saw that. Oh, yeah, get rid of him. When they were talking to you like that and you were ignoring it, understand that it got louder. Leave him. Come on, let's go. It's time to go. And you were still ignoring it. And then all of a sudden, boom, he rocks your world or does something. He cheats or, you know, he cheats with your cousin's grandma or whatever. And you're like, whoa, like, what's going on? And you feel all, understand that. That was like, okay, like she's not listening, he's not listening, this has to go right now. And that's how it became that. But understand that there was a lot of indicators before that. It was like, come on, you should leave him. It was a nice little whisper that you could listen to early on and got out of there and moved on. And you know, but we don't always have that faith. And like I said, you only get more comfortable making those decisions by making those decisions, because then you'll get the feedback, you'll get the proof. You'll get the proof back, like, oh, okay, I was supposed to do that. Oh, wow, like, I made that decision, it led to so many great things. Like, yes, but until you start making those decisions, you won't get that proof. And it's like, you don't have to get shook up and your world knocked on its side for you to move. And so don't get comfortable moving like that, like being forced in directions by the, like, no. So the quicker you can hear those whispers, the quicker you can tune into your guidance and move on it and have faith in it and take those leap of faith, the better. And it'll only lead you to more of yourself, and you'll stay out of cycles. Like, you won't be stuck in cycles for so long. Like, you'll be able to learn your lessons and move. Meet this person that was important and move. You know, and continue to play this life game like that. And there's so many things waiting for you. You don't want to waste any of your time. So let these deaths happen. It's okay. It's only going to lead you to more of yourself. And if you're living correctly, you're going to have a lot of deaths and rebirths. Understand that. If you're spending a lot of time and stretches being the exact same, there's something wrong. Because the world changes. The world's always changing every day. Like, for me, I don't feel like I'm the same person I was moment to moment. I was going to say for every day, but like, the person I was before I started this reading, I'm not anymore. Because all this stuff came through and my mind's thinking in different ways. And, you know, like, literally, I'm not the same person. So it's like, neither are you. From moment to moment, you're not the same person. So continue to evolve and continue to understand that you're not the same person. Continue to make your decisions and create your life from the new person you are in every moment. You don't owe yourself or anybody anything as far as having to make decisions based on who you were before. Like, yeah, I've been this person for whatever. So damn, like, you know, like they depend on me being this person, so let me keep making decisions as that person. Like, no, because you're keeping them from growing, keeping yourself from growing. If you're not that person anymore, you need to make decisions from who you are now. And if that leaves them needing somebody else, then cool, they need to grow, and you know, they need to fill in those gaps or realize that they didn't need that or whatever it is, maybe. But if you're sitting there and you're shrinking to keep somebody else cool, like, they're not growing, you're not growing, the world's not growing, like, no, it's not in anybody's best interest. So embrace death and they become comfortable with it. And like I was saying earlier, it's all a spectrum, it's all perspective. Choose a perspective that serves you. Death doesn't have to be scary. It's just a transition. It's just the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. But with endings come beginning, with beginnings come endings. So understand that it's a spectrum. Nothing is absolute. There is no beginning that comes with no ending. There's no ending that comes with no beginning. So understand that it's a cycle. It's okay. It's just transition from one form to another.
pull one more card, maybe two, depending on what comes out, and I'm gonna call it. But yeah, today's been really dope, and I don't know, I haven't been seeing any chats, but I've definitely been seeing y'all in here. So I know last week somebody like told me like they were in the chat and saying stuff, but none of it was coming up. So you guys been talking to me, my bad, but I'm not getting in your messages. So I'll figure it out, because I like interacting with you guys. I like being able to see your questions and your feedback on what I'm saying. So yeah, I'll figure that out if you guys have been saying something, but I haven't seen a single thing. But this reading has been really dope, and thank you all for being here. And I just really appreciate it. And I don't know, every week is better and better, and I come in here knowing it's gonna be dope, and I still leave here like, wow, that was amazing. So thank you all, and I hope to continue to grow this collective and to be able to keep doing readings for you guys. Oh, that being said, if anybody needs a personal reading, yeah, I definitely offer those, and they're in my Linktree bio. But yeah, I'm definitely a resource, a tool. Like, I make music, and like all these things I see as tools to help me push this same message out, which is just empowering others and allowing people to know that that they can be everything they want to be, to inspire them to love their journey, love the world around them, and to play the life game, and to understand that the world reacts to you, and the things you see and the things you believe and the things you want. And until you become an active participant in the life game, it's gonna feel random. It's gonna feel like you don't have a say. It's gonna feel like you don't have any power. But once you start to play, you'll realize like exactly what's going on. So I encourage you to find ways to participate, like whether it be little or big. I promise you, if it's just like, I feel called to eat this, and just do it. Maybe if before you would second guess it, like, nah, I shouldn't. But trust it, just go and see what happens, and start build up that muscle, listening to your intuition. It doesn't have to be big, like I said at first. It can start off small. What to eat, what shoes to put on, where start there. And when you see how those little things have the little effects, the little changes, you'll work your way up to the bigger things, and you'll realize what you already know. Like I said, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, or else you wouldn't be here. So the fact that you're here tells me that you're ready to hear it, and that you know it at a certain level. So when you're ready to practice and act on it, that'll be the difference. But I have faith that you already know all of these things. But yeah, I offer personal readings, and yeah, those are dope, because it's a one-on-one type of environment. And not only do I just read the cards, but you can ask questions, and there's spiritual guidance, and I'm always down to help someone, and I know, especially if you're somebody with a big mission, I feel like that's the people who continue to come into my orbit, people with big missions. And a big part of that mission is being intact spiritually, is trusting yourself spiritually, trusting your spirit guides, trusting your team. So yeah, I love to help people hear their guidance. I love to help people, to empower them to to become their own guidance, to activate their heart as a compass, to activate their intuition as a compass, to trust the world around them, help them to recognize their signs and their synchronicities and their divine messages and instructions. And that's what it's all about for me. It's not just about, telling people what's going on, or telling people what the energy is, but more so empowering them to be able to access it themselves. Because I'm no different than anybody. I feel like, I know that we're all able to tap into source. We're all able to get these messages. We're all able to do whatever the hell we want, honestly. I just know that, and that's the only difference between me and that person and this person, is just the level in which I know who I am, and who we are, and what we're capable of. And when they know, they'll be able to do the same things for them. So yeah, that's what's really big for me as far as the personal reading and the coaching sessions and all that. It's just empowering you guys and empowering us all, because when we're all empowered, we're all empowered. So there won't be any more us having to look outside ourselves, or hoping that someone saves us, or that hoping that the bad people or become good one day. We have so much power, and I feel like the more I can do to empower one person and two people, and then they go empower other people, we're gonna look up, and we're gonna live in a world that's exactly where it needs to be. So yeah, if you
if you resonate with me and you feel like I have something to offer, definitely tap in and see. Let me know. I would love to help. I would love to help you see your own light. I would love to help you grow your own light and all that. That's what I'm here to do. So let me know, y'all. But that being said, these are the last 2 cards that popped up. And what I'm getting from this is the High Priestess. I feel like she's come out every reading, and yeah, I feel like that's what I've been called to stress to you guys, is the importance of going within, the importance of meditating, the importance of, excuse me, confirmation burp, the importance of going within, the importance of getting your guidance, the importance of understanding that the divine is always trying to talk to you, that you're always receiving messages and guidance from your spirit team, and to understand that you have to put time aside to go within. If you're always moving, you're always thinking, you're always talking, you're always doing, you're always busy as hell, there's not time nor space for you to get your downloads. There's not time nor space for you to get your instructions, to hear God, because you're too busy thinking, you're too busy talking, like your channel's clogged up. If there's no silence ever, you're not gonna hear it. And the divine is quiet, especially when you're not used to listening. You have no idea. It's a very subtle energy. So understand that if you don't spend time getting comfortable going within, if you don't spend time with God, with the universe, with spirit, if you don't spend time learning that voice, it's going to be hard for you to hear it when you need to hear it. So make it a point every day to meditate, to practice mindfulness, to go within yourself, to journal, to do all those things to explore your inner world, so you can become comfortable with your inner world and you know it like the back of your hand. And that will allow you to do everything you need to do, because your whole life is generated from the inside out. So if you're not taking care of your inner world, you're not comfortable with your inner world, and you're not familiar with it, understand that you might be out here feeling lost. You might be confused. You might not understand what's going on in your experience, because you're not hip to your inner world, and your inner world is what creates the outer experience. So if you're not well versed with, if your inner world's a stranger to you, don't expect your outer experience to be something you feel safe in. Don't expect your outer experience to be something that feels home, that feels like you. You might feel confused, you might feel lost, you might feel beat up, but that's because you're not in sync with your inner world. So you don't even understand that the things that you're experiencing is just reflecting what's going on inside. So get in there and understand that things are grown from the inside out. So I'm going to keep stressing this every reading, especially when it continues to come up. Meditate. And if you don't know how to meditate, there's apps. Like I started a few years ago. I used Headspace at first, and I think used like 10 free sessions or whatever. Starting, you could do 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and I just used all those. And by the time I did that every day, I was at a point where I was like, okay, like I can graduate up a little more. Like I have enough skills to continue. Like it's not necessarily I'm starting, like I kind of understand I'm breathing, the presence and all that. And then I was able to go on my own, and like then I got on YouTube and was doing meditations, and I was involving spirituality and even some chakra meditations, even some psychic training meditations, and just different stuff to switch it up all the time to keep it kind of fresh, to keep me engaged in it. But like meditate, but however it looks like, and it doesn't have to be the same breathe meditation. Like there's a bunch of different meditations for whatever you might be interested in. Like for the chakras, like I said, psychic meditations, you can whatever you're interested in, whatever you want to practice spiritually, like there's a meditation for that. So I would definitely tap in. Like Headspace is a good place to start, and balance comes with balance is probably even better. Like I really loved balance when I had it. It comes with a year of like free premium access. So it comes with the meditation, and it's actual, like on there it's an actual practice. Like they have different categories as far as like the different training areas, and it shows you how many minutes you've been meditating and what areas you've been practicing on, and like it really feels like a practice. Like you come with the exercise plan, and like it's a practice. Like you're doing it all the time, and you're seeing the gains and keeping track, and that's how it feels. So I would definitely get on Headspace or Balance if you want to meditate but you're not sure where to start. Those are 2 apps I would definitely start with. But that's very important, and I don't know how else to stress the importance of that. And I feel like You won't know. You won't know how much of a difference it can make in everything until you do it. And not even just do it once or twice and then you judge, like, I don't feel no different. Everybody I've spoken to when it comes to this, like even when I started and before I started, it's like 30 days. Give it 30 days. And like a solid 30 days. Every day, don't skip any days. Give it 30 days and then judge it. And then tell me how you feel about it, like if it's working. Don't, if you try to do it, because you spent 20-some years of your life, 30-some years of your life, 15, 16, 18, however old you are, years of your life, not meditating, not doing all that. So don't think 2 days is gonna change your life. It's not. It's the consistency. And then you'll be able to see the difference it makes. And once you've done it long enough to be able to see the difference it makes, at least when you fall off, you understand, like, okay, like I'm moving backwards, or like you'll see, you know, there'll be enough contrast there to keep you going, moving forward. Because yeah, I was hella consistent at first, and then I fell off. And then it was because I was consistent for so long that when I fell off, I saw how I was changing back, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, yeah, so meditating is the reason why I wasn't experiencing this anymore. It's the reason why, okay, this was a lot clearer whenever, you know, and then that'll give you the strength to, all right, I'm gonna get back to it, because I liked who I was, and I liked who I was becoming, and I understand that I can't do what I need to do with this fogginess. I can't do what I need to do going down rabbit holes, and I look up and I'm in the middle of a thought, you know, a thought storm that I didn't even know I was entertaining, you know, like that's not okay, because you're manifesting using your thoughts, you're manifesting using your energy. So if the energy and the thoughts is just having its way with you, your life is gonna have its way with you. So it's in your best interest to become clear, to be able to see those thoughts, observe them, and entertain the ones that are in alignment to where you're going, and allow the ones that aren't to pass, you know, or to be able to reframe them. So meditation, please, it gives you your superpowers. Straight up, it gives you your superpowers to be able to navigate this world how you need to. Plain and simple. Like, I don't know how else to send that home, but if you, like I said, if you don't take anything else away from any of my videos, go take away that you need to meditate. Because I trust that if you meditate, you spend time doing that, you know, you spend time with yourself and your inner world, and you spend time with source and universe and all that, you'll reach any conclusion I could ever give you, ever. So if you don't take anything away from what I said, you only choose to remember one thing: meditation, please. Because you'll get to everywhere else on your own. So that, understand that gives you your superpowers. That's the most important thing you could do. Please. I don't know how else to stress it. But I'll let it go. I'll trust that you guys have received that. But another card was Knight of Wands. Once you do that, you'll know exactly what you need to do. You'll know exactly where you're going. You know exactly how to take action. You'll be able to take it confidently. Look at that horse. Look at him. Like they're headed out to do business. This is not a regular ride. This is the ride of all rides. Like they've been preparing for this. It's like, yo, let's go get them. And this is them taking off to go meet whatever it is head on. And understand you can do that too, and move on when you've gone inside, when you understand who you are, when you understand your purpose, when you understand how you're supported, when you understand, wow, I actually can't lose because all things are supporting me, especially if I'm if I have a big mission and I'm trying to make the world a better place, and I'm pouring into the planet, I'm trying to make this world a better place for everybody, you'll be divinely supported through all of that. You will not lose with that as your mission, because the planet is conscious. Gaia is a conscious being, and she's leveling up too. She's upgrading too, and she wants to heal, and she's ready to heal. She's been trying. She's been holding us down this whole time, and allowing us to heal ourselves, and allowing us to become awake ourselves. But we're entering a time where she's elevating fast, and if you're not hip to 5D consciousness and just the different dimensions of consciousness, definitely do some research. Start with 5D versus 4D and 3D, and then go beyond there. But understand that, yeah, we're evolving, the planet is evolving, and yeah, those who are helping her, because it's time, those who are helping her, you are divinely supported, and you are supported, guided in everything that you do from here. So understand that once you spend that time inside, you'll reach those conclusions, you'll understand your support, you understand what you have to work with, you understand that, wow, like, you have the power and the responsibility to do everything you need to do. You'll be able to move on with confidence. You'll be able to go do what you need to do, because you understand that there's nothing to be afraid of. You understand that you're not alone. You understand that Everything that you need and want is within you already and already out here waiting for you. You just have to collect it and be it and just own it. This is you taking on the world, taking on your mission and moving forward. But until you know exactly who you are, until you know who's behind you, until you know exactly how you're supported and what's here for you and what's waiting for you, it's going to be hard to move on with this confidence. You're going to want to go, but then there's going to be when the doubt creeps in, there's nothing to anchor to. When you understand it's bigger than you, but you're also just as big as it all, you can't lose. There's nothing that can stop you. So understand that if you don't feel this way already, you don't feel like, oh, I'm on top of the world, I'm unstoppable, I'm supported, I'm divinely supported, and I can't lose and everything, I'm in alignment and everything is going to go within. That's where you find that, inside yourself. It's all there waiting for you. It's all been trying to reach you. So, inside, outside, it's a beautiful dance. Make sure you're not neglecting either. Don't neglect your outside world just to spend time in the inside world, because that's where you get the proof that all of this is what you feel it is. That's where you get the proof that, okay, like, and then which allows you to trust this more. So go in, go without. Go in, go practice. Go in, go practice. Go in, go practice. And pay attention to what's showing up for you. These things go together. So that's your final message. Hey, look who's I wasn't even gonna look because I didn't want, to keep going and, take up more of your time and keep you here forever. Wow, that's even crazier. Yo. Okay, all right, look. So Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom. Remember, that's the card that came out 2 times already. It's just a reminder, yo, be solid in yourself. And that comes from going within and knowing who you are. Understand that your abundance is here for you and it's coming for you because you're you. And as long as you're you authentically, you're going to get everything. There is no way around that because you are abundance. You are wealth. So once you understand that and you sit in that and own it and realize you don't have to chase it, realize you don't have to do anything for it, you just have to allow and stay out of your own way, that's you. So remember, this card already came out twice. Boom. Remember, this card came out earlier too. You're supported. Understand that you have a choice in everything. You have a choice. You don't have to suffer. You can choose a perspective that serves you no matter how bad the situation is. There's a perspective that is positive. There's a perspective that makes you feel empowered, that makes you understand that things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you, and that you are the creator of your story. Understand that no matter how bad it is, understand that you have a choice. Understand that you chose that experience to teach you a certain thing to get you to wherever you needed to go. And it doesn't serve you to feel like things are happening to you and that you're a victim of circumstance. So no matter how hard things are, own it. Try it. Just try it. Even if you feel like that sounds crazy or whatever, just try it. The worst thing that happens to you, own it. Own it. Like, yeah, I sent this to myself because XYZ. It teaches me this, or it'll help me become closer to this and that. And see how that makes you feel. And I promise you will feel more empowered. You will feel better. It will have a positive impact on you. The worst thing you could imagine will have a positive impact on you if you choose a perspective that works for you. And I know it sounds crazy and you may feel like, it's out of touch or like I'm missing something, but I only speak from experience. I've tried everything. There's nothing I'll tell you to do that I haven't tried on my own and haven't experienced both sides of too. I don't speak from a one-sided angle ever. I speak so black and white because I've tried it this way and I've tried it that way. And not even just once, but several times. And I've learned a lot of things the hard way and the easy way. So it's like, you don't have to get burned to understand, but I also understand you don't know until you know. So just hear me out and try it. But so this card came out earlier too, right? Boom. Like, what the hell were the odds of that? All the cards on the bottom were the most significant cards from this reading. And that just tells me that this is time. This is a very important time that we're in. This is a very big time. I feel charged up. I feel excited. And it's like, you can't make these things up. Like, you saw me shuffling the shit out of the cards this whole time. Like, I've been shuffling the whole time. Even when I wasn't pulling, I was shuffling. So for those 3 cards to be at the bottom right when we were done, and they were all important cards in the reading, it tells me everything I need to know. This is the end of a version of you. When you turn off this video, allow that to be the death. You're not who you were before you press play. Understand that you're gonna leave here and be a different person. You're gonna be who you actually are now, because you are different. I'm not telling you to go change yourself when you leave. I'm telling you to be who you are now. Be who you become. And not even just in the time of this reading, but I have a feeling you've been changing, and you've been trying to hold on to who you've been trying to, let it go. Be that new version of you now, and understand that the world is more tailored to that person now. And then when you change again and you die again and you're reborn again, be that person, because now your world is more tailored to that person. Get used to shedding your skin. Get used to being new. Get used to letting old versions of yourself go. Death is a beautiful thing. Death is not just an end. There is no end without a beginning. There's no beginning without an end. Understand, it's just a cycle. It's a transition from an ending to a beginning. That's all it is. That's what it always will be. So, last card, Ace of Wands. Is it reversed? Oh, it is reversed. There's an opportunity here, and it's not an external opportunity. That's what I'm getting from it being in reverse. That the opportunity for action is inside. Like, it's an opportunity for you to go within. Like, that's the action, to go within, not to take it and go out and go do stuff, but to check in with yourself now. From here, go check in with yourself. Go ask yourself about the things I've said. Go ask God about the things I've said. Go ask your spirit team about the things I've said. Go research the things I've said. Go get your own proof, so you can, whatever it takes for you to feel comfortable in moving in the knowings that we've talked about today. Whatever makes it easier for you to show up as the new person that you are, because you are new. You're not the same person you were an hour and a half ago, 50 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. Definitely not 2 days ago, a week ago, a year ago. So go within, check on yourself, see who you are, see how the things I said today resonate with you. Go back, rewatch. When this is over, I'm going to go and make sure it's on my page. Rewatch and then see. Break it down part by part if you need to, or just check and see what resonates with you and what doesn't. And when you see that parts resonate with you, adopt them into your life and go research them further. Whatever it takes for you to get over the mental part of it, the part that is going to second guess it all the time. Whatever allows it to kind of sink further in and reach your heart, go do that. And if you're somebody where it takes a lot of proof, go look it up. Because I'm not, there's proof of all these things that I say. And not just me, but other people talking about it. There's scientific proof, like quantum physics gives you more science side to a lot of spiritual concepts. Like, a lot of things sound very spiritual and like, oh, but then if you go to quantum physics, like, there's science behind a lot of it. And yeah, I don't know. I felt really called to tell y'all that right now. So if there's somebody who's super logical, it takes a lot for them to believe like all this spirituality stuff, look into quantum physics. It'll tell you a lot, and there's always new discoveries all the time. But yeah, man, this reading was amazing, and thank you all for being here. And I'm excited for you, honestly. Today is Monday. We just set the tone for a big week. This week is going to be huge, and I have no doubt that this week is going to be a life-changing week for a lot of us. Like, yeah, I feel like we're going to get to next Monday and look back and like, wow, like, easy, he was right. Like, I had no idea what was in store, and we don't. But all we can do is choose how we react, choose how we show up, and show up authentically, and trust that everything is going to align how it needs to. So I'm proud of you all. I'm proud of you for reaching this point to even receive this message. I'm proud of you guys for continuing to step up and to show up for yourselves, and to continue to love yourself. And even in times where you're alone, even in times where you're not sure what's next, you're not sure what's now, you're still here, and you haven't given up. And that's because part of you understands that there's nothing but great things that await you. And as I said that, it was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the timer. So that tells me, we've been progressing, we've been making the steps, and now it's time to elevate. And it's not just a small elevation. It's not just like, oh, things are getting better, but we're stepping into big changes, to big shifts in our lives. And yeah, and if you're someone, like I said, with a big mission, understand that you're ready. And now it might be time to move on that. It might be time to do everything you've been preparing for. Yeah, I'm excited to keep being a part of your journeys. I'm excited to keep bringing you these Monday magic sessions. And I'm excited to keep talking to you all and to see who reaches out to me, who is called to do more work and to keep growing and to keep getting new perspectives. And yeah, I appreciate you all being a part of my journey, because it's continued to unfold all the time, and I feel everything that's here for me, and I feel the things unfolding for me. And yeah, I look forward to you guys seeing how things continue to unfold for me. You know, I know I'm here for you all, but you guys are here for me as well, and I'm just forever grateful for that. And definitely stay tuned, because I know that there's nothing but great things in store. And I know as I continue to get my proof, that I will continue to continue to give you guys your proof, as things continue to change for me, just based off what I'm telling you guys and my own experience and everything. That'll make it easier for you to believe in yourself and to believe in your own evolution and your own truths that are coming up in your everything. So thank you all so much, and I love you guys. Pull one more card for the road. I'm not even gonna say too much about it. I'm gonna challenge you guys to look at it, and whatever comes to mind for you all, whatever you guys feel, that's what it is. And trust that you all are channels too. You guys are always getting divine info. The only thing that might be a little blocked by overthinking and you feel like, that's not for you or whatever. But I say you have the ability to channel too. You have the ability to get guidance. So yeah, put one more card. I'm gonna show it to you guys. And one flew out. So I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna read it. I want you guys to look at it, and whatever you get from it, before you start to overthink, before you start to second guess, that's what it is. Okay. So the Magician. I don't know if you guys can make out everything. Be quiet so you guys can, get a little something. All right, what'd you get? Trust whatever you guys correct, especially if there's resonance inside, especially if it made you feel empowered, especially if it felt good, made you feel warm and fuzzy, and it felt trusted. But yeah, this is y'all, this is us. So I love you guys. Happy Monday. Yeah, like I said, if anybody needs a personal reading, hit me up. There's links in my bio. Follow me on Instagram for more personal posts, more stuff besides just the weekly readings and me gaming throughout the week and whatever I stream. But just because I'm always sharing things on my story, I'm always pushing things forward and always exploring spirit and myself and everything. So if you guys want more stuff like that, definitely follow me on Instagram, 5D Just Too Easy. So 5D JUSTTOOEASY. And yeah, so I look forward to continue to engage with you guys. I look forward to continue being a part of your experience. That's crazy as hell, bro. Tell me why these cards ended up on the bottom again. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Death, Ace of Wands. But everything after that is different. That's crazy, bro. The same order, same everything, but it's not like it continued to be the same. Like, these cards are different. Can't make this stuff up, but I'm gonna go, because I see we can do this all day. But I love y'all, and that hasn't been enough proof of the magic that you are, the magic that this world is, the magic that surrounds us and that's involved in all of our experiences. Then I don't know, but I trust that you guys know enough to know that you are magic and that everything is not what it seems, and there's more to just the things you can sense with your five senses. This life truly is magic. This life truly is, I don't know, to be explored. So happy exploring, you guys, and I love you again. So keep being you and keep kicking ass. Bye, y'all.